Ali Monroy here with Jake Shapiro and Ryan Koenigsberg in Santa Clara after Colorado's disappointing defeat against Washington in the Pac-12 championship. Guys, what were your thoughts overall?
Honestly, Colorado fans' worst nightmare came true on this field tonight. A lot of these fans have been through some of these disappointing defeats in these championship games, and this was just another one in a long line. The Buffs weren't prepared offensively. They got gashed defensively in the running game. They simply could not do what they wanted to do and play Colorado football, execute in a fashion to win this football game. So it's really tough, and you understand the frustrations from fans and players. And no one wanted to see this winning streak end the way it did, and it's tough.
Obviously not to the level of 70-3, but some shades of that from 2005. Like you said, Ryan, about everything that could go wrong in this football game went wrong. Cephalufau hurt, comes back, very ineffective. The defense's run stopping ability was just not there. There was no run stopping, it was just a run game for Washington. Washington offense, passing-wise, they didn't even have a good day. The secondary did a good job of shutting them down, but the offense's miscues gave Washington the opportunity to just keep scoring the ball and gave them great field position.
You mentioned the defense clearly had a tough time stopping Washington's run offense. What were a few keys for that? What were your thoughts on that overall?
Missed tackling, number one. Two, they couldn't get penetration in the right spots when need be. Even when they were trying to sack the quarterback and bring down the quarterback, they weren't getting penetration properly, and that was a big problem for them today. And I think three is they just didn't look like they had that same will defensively. They weren't gang tackling to the level that we've seen them gang tackle. Sure, some of that's the offensive line of Washington, which is very good, and the ability of Myles Gaskin, which is arguably the best running back they've faced. But it didn't look like the Colorado defense had the same, claws in their fingers that they've had.
Yeah, I think you kind of hit it on the head there. Tedrick Thompson said something interesting after the game, which was, we play tomorrow, and I feel like Cepho throws 5 touchdowns and this and that. And I talked to him again later, and he said, I feel like if we play tomorrow, we'd beat them. It almost does feel like it was just one of those days, and it's so unfortunate for this team to have that day here, but it didn't feel like anyone had it out there. I mean, from Chidobe Awuzie to, Cepho Lufau to Phil Lindsay
to their punter to their kicker.
No one out there really had it. And that's a really unfortunate feeling for a team that's made it this far. But it's almost, you realize they've never been in anything like this. A team like Washington, those guys were all brought in there to win. They're all highly recruited guys, not the highest recruited guys, but they were a lot more prepared for this moment than I felt like the Buffs were. But to the original question, it was tackle. They simply couldn't tackle. Their best tacklers weren't making tackles, and it just all goes back to that. Simply wasn't their day, and it's unfortunate for them.
Offense clearly struggled as well. What were a few takeaways from that?
Well, the first thing is Cepho goes down. I think they were not doing great on offense, obviously. They hadn't scored yet. But when you lose that guy, and we saw it in Michigan, it takes some steam, out of the engine. And that could have been a part of the reason why it wasn't their day today. They did not have their leader, their guy, the one who they follow when push comes to shove. And that's where the offensive struggles start to me. Now, they were outmatched in the trenches. They couldn't get the run game going the way they wanted to. But to me, it really comes down to Cepho not being Cepho when they needed him to be the best Cepho.
It obviously starts there with Cepho's injury, but that builds on to the lack of consistency and the lack of rhythm they had all game. Their only chance at building rhythm was through the rushing of Philip Lindsay, and Philip Lindsay only broke a few runs. And their offensive line, like you said, they just got beat in the trenches, and that was their fault of the Buffs today. Bryce Bobo said after the game he didn't feel healthy, and he was really regretting playing. Not that there was anyone behind him that was really going to rush to take that spot, but the receivers didn't win one-on-one matchups. The running back didn't get 3. This offense was completely inept.
A lot of people were wondering whether Cepho should have stayed as long as he did in the game, and if Steven Montez should have come in. What were your thoughts on that? As
Ryan said to me during the game, and as I tweeted, your ship goes down, you go down with the captain on board. Cepho Lufau, this was his game, to win or lose. If he threw 8 interceptions, this was Cepho Lufau's game. This is about his legacy. This was about his team. This was his year. Steven Montez is for next year. He's a nice toy in the Buffs toy bin or whatever you want to call it. He's got a great cannon. We saw that tonight, and it's all well and good. He's played 8 games this year. That's going to be a great experience for next year, but this was not Steven Montez this year.
I think you said it best, and because I said it first. The captain has to go down with his ship. It's as simple as that, and Mike McIntyre really drove that in the ground by having Cepho out here until the very last play. Cepho was so disappointed after this game. Heartbroken is how I would describe his demeanor, but he would have been beside himself if he wasn't able to be out there with his guys and take this one on the chin, because they got beat flat out in all phases of the game. They were not the better team, but that guy, number 13, he got them here. He's the reason they're here. He is their leader. He is their heart. He is their soul. You have to go with him. You have to dance with the ones that brought you.
How did the Buffs bounce back from this into the bowl game?
They've got to carry the same mental strength that they've had all year. And it's in my opinion, they didn't really have it this week. They were a little fake mad about things. They didn't really seem like they were hungry. They seemed a little bit dissatisfied. And I think today woke them up back again, woke them back up, and they realized, hey, everything's not handed to us. It's not going to come this easy. And they're going to face a very worthy Power 5 opponent no matter which bowl they go to, whether it's the Rose or the Alamo or the Cotton, if that's still in play. So they've got to wake themselves back up, and they can do it. They have the mental strength, but they just didn't bring that tonight.
Which is
This month of time is going to be really important for them. Right now, they're aching, they're hurting. They feel like they let down a fan base, which they brought up so high. So nothing feels good for them right now. They're going to have a tough flight home, and they're going to have a tough week, honestly, at the very least. That month is really important to them to get back, to get some perspective, to realize where they're from, to realize they could be one of 4 teams in the history of this program to win 11 games. There's nothing that should be taken away from this team because of what happened on this field tonight. The rise, it's still as real as it was before we came here. It's just not going to have quite the storybook ending, but I do think with that time they can get back and realize we have a chance to do something really special soon.
Do either of you have a message you would give out to the CU disappointed fans?
I think it's simple, and we kind of just touched on it. This doesn't take anything away from this season. It's tough. You wish this didn't happen. You felt too many losses like this in these big games. But remember where you felt 3 months ago last night as you walked into Sports Authority Field, hoping and praying that the Buffs would beat a mediocre CSU team and maybe sneak into the Las Vegas Bowl. They're going to go to the second most prestigious bowl that a Pac-12 team can go to outside of the college football playoff. This is still an extremely special season, and I think when you wake up tomorrow, you'll realize that.
You can't be mad. You're not allowed to be mad for what the Colorado Buffaloes did this year. Unbelievable year, no matter how it finishes here. Nobody was expecting this. You're coming off 3 years of 10 wins combined. You win 10 games in the regular season this year. You don't have the right to be mad if you're a CU Buffs fan. You can be frustrated with the game tonight, but wake up tomorrow and realize, hey, my Colorado Buffaloes are back. And that's what you got to be saying to yourself if you wake up as a Buffs fan tomorrow morning.
Well, to catch more of our post-game content, be sure to go to bsndenver.com. For Jake Shapiro, Ryan Koenigsberg, I'm Allie Monroy, BSN Buffs.